Really, I was saying that dependence on Guru keeps expanding or increasing. Can you just tell something more on that?
So yes, this is the same thing. Just it is the different I you change it. Look, when I am saying there is only one, the thing begins from there only. Now when this all just we talked about that if you practice, then you become evidence, then your confidence increases, then you know further things, realization increases, then you, so when such is the case, will not your dependence automatically increase because now you have seen something else? Till now it was 50-50 whether or not was when you have become the evidence, then obviously your this thing confidence will much more, dependence will much more increase because now you are letting yourself open and leaving that to the Almighty that I am in your hands now because thy will is my will. So when it slowly it reaches to that level, and dependence, what does it mean? Thy will is my will, I am totally dependent. What are we saying? So that is how it is. So we say with practice go. With practice only it should come. It should be real. That's why it is realization. When you realize that yes, it is so, then only it is there. Then otherwise, how can it happen? Otherwise. So it is all about inclusion, no? Like we see in the so many ways you can say. Suppose when a mother is pregnant with a child, there are two ways to look at it. That another body is in my body, but it is not the case. You all have been for mothers. You realize that this is your part. This is nothing different. It is you. Inclusiveness is there. So same way in divinity, for him there is no you different. You have assuming that I am different from you. So that dependence, that's why in world we say the guru who is nearest to the mother, they say. If you have to say in the worldly matter, then we say how to visualize, better visualize as a mother. Because that inclusiveness you are saying. So that sense it is dependence. That sense it increases. What a child inside a womb does other than is no option, but to be dependent 100%. So he is also, it's not something made out for the child. It is obvious. It is nature. It is not something he is doing. It is how it is. So this is the way dependence, how else to describe it.
So it's already dependent, but we realize that.
Yeah, that's why we call the word realization. That should be the realization. Where else your dependence can be? It is already there. What mechanism you have that you will breathe the next breath? Only thing is realization. We have become so consolidated that false things we assume as to be true, so true things automatically became false for us. Now again, if you hold on to the truth, false will fall. Truth will uphold itself. So that is the thing. So we say go at our own pace. There is no such thing. It's not an achievement. No, in 1 month how much I have achieved. It is not something like that. You go with your pace. But that awareness you should always, that you should be aware about what you are doing. It is a very, in that sense, ultimate business for you. So, and beauty is when we do it that way. I mean, if few satsangis, if they are living in the same spirit, wonder may unfold on the earth itself. Forget about their lives. They can themselves see that what all is happening. But they should be, that should not get carried away by that. Because when we are saying, is there anything different? We are saying this is a wonderful world. This is a wonderful creation of the Creator. Now when you see it as wonderful, then you are started seeing, that's all. It is already all the time wonder. Only thing is we have not realized that it is wonder. Because we are looking for small things which we have created. We are trying to preserve our creation. And here in spirituality we say you annihilate your creation. Now word annihilation sounds little harsh. So we say okay, unpeel it. But in truth it is like that only. That you are, whatever you have, false things you have made out, you are saying no, I am not this, I am not this. When I am not this, what is mine in it? But that on the when you are hanging on to mine, otherwise that becomes rude. That becomes same thing, becomes insensitive. So that is how it is. That is why it was say all the contradictory things are told about gurus or divinity or anything you call. कुल सही चाह कठोरति कोमल कुसुमय चाह चित्त खगेश राम कर समझ परे कहु का. He says his heart is kathor, means harsh, like vajra, and soft like flower. Who can understand how his heart is? So we have to move towards the softer side. Otherwise, these you say why? Because these people who are indulging in activities which are inhuman, they are also part of that only. No? Who is they say? Only thing they say, I am going this way. So, thing is very simple. Again, I would say that in a human being, if we remove all the negativities, then human itself is divine. And that evidence, if we are following, we can become ourselves. So all these things of when we become the evidence, then all these things, superfluities goes. All the superfluities that people, nobody can say anything about because we know what it is. And then it becomes, if in our lifetime, it becomes some parhit for others. It is something like you have extra, then 2 chapatis, you eat 1. Then you can give it to somebody else. Same thing about the divinity. As you have become evolved, then you can, what else you will do? So that is about moving oneness, and that is about dependence. Yet it is in that direction we have to move, and path is simple, that you just have to remove your negativities. If you see it this way, when you are in a positive frame, acquire positivity. Sitting before meditation, you remove them. While you are sitting, try show or high. That is it.